Okay, I'd like to talk about the calendar. So a lot of people are using the calendar to set up their meetings and you create recurring events. So for example, you may go in here and say weekly IT meeting or grade 4 class meeting, something like that. And then you'll set the time, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And then it repeats, let's just say weekly on Thursday. And you'll set that up and then you'll add your guests. I think everyone knows how to do that. I'll add a fake person. And then it automatically makes the Google Meet and you hit save. Now the question is, after you have set up these meetings, what can you do to edit them and maintain them in case things change? So, okay, we want to look at how to edit meetings after we create them. So let's say that I want another teacher to lead this meeting and the teacher has already accepted the invitation. So let's say this teacher has already accepted the invitation, but I want them to lead the meeting so that they can use all the new features in Google Meet that are only available to the main host. In order to do that, you go to the three dots here and you hit change owner. And then you change the owner. So change owner, and now they're the owner of the meeting. Now another common occurrence is that you have set your meeting up and assigned it to your iPad. So maybe you've assigned it to LS Teach 1. And because of some IT issue, you switched LS Teach 1 to LS Teach 4. In that case, you simply go in here, and if you've had LS Teach 1, you remove it and you put LS 4. When you save it, it's going to say, do you want to apply this to all meetings going forward? And you say yes. When you do that, it will automatically flip the invitations from one device to the next, saving you having to do this every single time you need to use the meeting with the new. I'd finally just like to demonstrate how the change system works for calendaring. So in this meeting, I've opened it up. Now I want to delete it. Now this is the same process for deleting, for changing, everything is the same. So when you go here, you'll be given three options. This lets you modify the current event right now today. All events will revert the changes from the beginning all the way through the end. So I actually have never used this, but you could, for example, change the name of the meeting and hit all events, and it will go back in the past and change it. If you're using the calendar to generate documents and agendas, that might be useful to do, especially if you need some historic information and things have been changed along the way. Most of the time though, this is the one I use. So once I hit this, any change I'm making now to any part of the calendar is going to apply today and all days after today. Features, because the calendar is a very effective program for doing a lot of organization and managing events, and you can create calendars just for events and use many of these tools. One feature that people often overlook that is useful, especially if you're doing team planning, is the view. So this is the view. So this is the day view, the week view, the month view, the year, and this is the schedule view. So if you set up a calendar down here, so if you go to add and you make a new calendar for some kind of event, and then you use that calendar to set up all the things that are going to happen, even if it's a one-day event and you're just building all your time slots up, you can then generate a schedule. And after you generate the schedule, you can print it. It's going to ask you the range. So I can leave this normal. You should do it. You can do it once to see what it looks like for you. You can print descriptions. So if you've used your calendar to log your events and what they mean. So for example, maybe you're printing agendas to hand out to people so they can choose conference sessions to go to or something like that. You can then hit print. And you'll get this nice layout of information. And you can remove and add this data depending on what you think you need for organizational purposes.